What is it like being a Jamaican in the US Virgin Islands? Hi, I'm Xavier Murphy, the founder of Jamaicans.com. And today in Jamaicans to the World, I talk to Ramone Reid, a Jamaican living in the US Virgin Islands, to be specific, St. Croix. Welcome, Ramone. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, I can't wait to get into this. I love the background. I love the colors so far, and I am expecting a lot of energy with the colors I'm seeing.
Yes, definitely. Ready to serve it up. Jamaican style.
Which part of Jamaica you come from?
I come from Kingston and St. Andrew. My grandparents, my mom, my dad between Kingston, Spanish Town, and Bull Bay. Those were my stomping grounds in my early years.
And which school are you representing?
I am representing Camperdown High, where I spent, I think, seventh grade before I moved to the Bahamas. So my other home base is in the Bahamas, where my mom lives. So it's been a to and fro between the Bahamas and Jamaica.
Camperdown. All right. Now, the next question I have is, tell us the story of how you got to the U.S. Virgin Island again, St. Croix.
Ah, it's a very interesting story. It was one summer. So my home base is in the Bahamas, but I was studying in Jamaica. I went to Northern Caribbean University and was studying nursing. And so we do a couple years in Mandeville, and then we go over to Kingston to finish up. And so my roommate, when I landed and I arrived at our apartment in Kingston, she's like, Ramone, I met your husband. I'm like, girl, what? Pretty much love made me do the hop, skip, and jump over here.
No, 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 no. You're going to have to go back. Your
I have to
friend
go.
says she met your husband. That story is interesting right now because I want to know.
How that
I
material.
want to know.
So I brushed her off and she said, I need you to go grab a shower, get sparkly. We're going down to the university. At the time, it was UTech. Stroll down to UTech, and there's this gentleman there. And I was like, okay, there's no, there's no, it wasn't any love at first sight situation. Nonetheless, that was the impetus for me to kind of strike up a conversation and, learn about where he was from. That turned into a relationship that made me come over to the Virgin Islands one summer. And that relationship ended and was, I would say, God's way of getting me here to the Virgin Islands for many reasons. And so that was actually why I skipped over to this side of the globe. Love.
So wait. So you said that relationship ended.
It ended.
Okay. And I'm getting nosy now.
I was-
So I know that I believe you're married now though.
I am married now, yes.
And is it to somebody from the US Virgin Islands?
Yes, it's somebody from US Virgin Islands. So I after that relationship dissolved, there was something about the Virgin Islands. I fell in love with it. I was like, I love it here. It gave me a little bit of feel of Jamaica, but I would say more warmer because it's smaller. Everybody know everybody. You're not really a sand on the beach. Your community know you and you know them. And so that attracted me to the VI, and I kept visiting irrespective of that relationship dissolving. I formed my own friendships and relationships, and yeah, life happened years later, and I met my husband.
Wow. Wow. So hey, one thing came up, one relationship led to another, and now you're there. Any kids?
Yes, we have two little bambinos, Juliet and Gracie. They're 4 and 3.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. So you started a little bit to talk about the people, which is where I'm going next. Tell me about the people there. Again, you're married. You're married. I don't know. Is there a term for U.S. Virgin Islands people? Do they, we are Jamaicans? Is there St.
So,
Croixans?
so
Is
yeah,
there?
I guess the term would be Virgin Islanders, but each island has their own name. So I'm on St. Croix. So persons from St. Croix are referred to as Crucians. From St. Thomas, they're referred to as St. Thomians, and I think St. John is St. Johnians, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Another place called Water Island, but no, there's always, not much mention about Water Island.
So
But
no Water Islanders.
yeah, like what do you call them? Mates? I don't know.
So tell me about the people there. Talk to me a little bit about the people. What are they like from, the perspective of, warm, friendly, inviting? What are they like?
I think first of all, when you come to St. Croix, I kind of call it the city of Babel a little bit because it's just such a fusion, intimate fusion of cultures. There is a big Hispanic community, persons from St. Lucia, Dominica, so that Frenchy Creole kind of side. And then, you have a big Danish, heritage here, and Middle Easterners, and of course, other Caribbean islands sprinkled throughout. So you don't know, or you can make no assumptions about anybody's culture, what language they speak. It's interesting. The cuisine as well is dependent on mostly on household to household. My husband, he's Hispanic. I'm Jamaican, and yeah. So
Hispanic meaning.
huh?
Hispanic meaning which from
So
which Latin American country?
So his mom and dad, they are from Puerto Rico, but his dad has strong background from Spain. So a lot of Spanish. I so happened to speak Spanish when I met him. That worked out nice because I had some years before. So usually
Glad,
maybe
you're glad you paid attention in the Spanish classes, right? Unlike me. Unlike me.
And I get to hear all the saucy stuff, because they don't think I understand nothing. So I'm like, yes, really? Okay. So, speak Spanish. So that's a part of the culture, the cuisine. The people are very warm. I would say the community here is very supportive. And I personally, sometimes, I'm in awe at just the level of love and support. Even for my business, when I was opening this business, there was this guy that I was trying to build my front counter, and I had some, wood and different things. I was like, how am I going to do this? I have minimal resources. And so this guy came in and he was like, let me help you. And I had my 2 little babies at the time. And my husband was helping doing stuff, and everybody putting their hand together. I never met this gentleman. At the end of the day, when he was leaving, he said, you know what, I hope, I wish you the best and all of that stuff. And he said, no, I go and sit down and get a drink for my birthday. And I said, you spend your whole birthday here building a counter and helping me clean up, and you don't know me? So that is a total encapsulation and feel of who the people are here.
That's just amazing. And you talked about your business, but
yes.
Before I jump to the business, you mentioned Danish, and
yes.
I don't know if there's a history behind Danish people being there, and I know I'm putting you on the spot, but is there a history behind the Danish people being there?
Oh yeah. So when I say Danish, in the Danish ancestry, there's a lot of mixed people. However, the Virgin Islands is under Danish rule once upon a time, and there are several flags that flew over this country. Now they are U.S. Territory, and so the buildings, the architecture speaks volume. The names of the roads. I was in Denmark, I think it was 2 years ago, and this was like a mini kind of replica in a sense of what the architecture was like. So pretty interesting.
Okay. I probably should have paid attention, even though I passed history, my CXC history. I should have paid more attention and realized that the Danish were here. All right. So I know I'm catching it here at work, and I'm seeing the colors in the background. I know you do some, some beauty care type products. Tell us what you
Right.
do. Tell us about your business.
Oh,
And
sure.
I just love the colors.
Thank you. So the first thing you will notice, and I'm a listen, I rep hard and I love my country. The first thing you will notice, I think when you kind of zoom out, is the logo above me. It is the Jamaican Dr. Bird. So that is a logo for Cultured Naturals Body Care. I formulate and I manufacture a wide array of vegan care products here in the Virgin Islands. We use local ingredients. I have a background in biochemistry. I'm a nurse by profession. So marrying nature with science, we create products that are not just great smelling for the face, hair, skin, and home, but they're aromatherapeutic and boast great topical benefits as well. So I'm like, having the best of both worlds, living in my passion and still able to give some therapy and still feel like I'm in the care setting, but not
Right.
really. I'm doing peppermint all day. So, hey,
So how long have you had the business?
I've had this business since 2015.
Okay.
And yeah.
So was it difficult setting up shop, setting up business there in St. Croix?
No, it wasn't difficult. And I think because I think things are easy going here. People are pretty receptive. I think that the people have a warm spot for Jamaicans, and anything that we create and we give, it brings a level of authenticity and something special. And so they're pretty open and receptive, and they really enjoy the products that we make here locally. And yeah, we've had good
So,
traction.
so for the people who are not coming, where can they find you? Ship to the United? Well, you're part of the United States, so obviously you ship to the United States. so, so where can they find you and they find the business?
They can shop online at www.culturednaturalsbodycare.com. You can find me on Instagram, cultured_natural_BC, on Facebook, Cultured Naturals Body Care. We ship, and you are going to be blown away at the amazing array of products that we have.
All right. So folks, go check out Ramone's products and her business. And I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the Dr. Bird there. And we know you're repping. We know you're repping hard. So you had mentioned that people there are, like Jamaicans, warm to Jamaicans. What is the typical response from, and I know you say it's a melting of culture there, but what's the typical response when people, find out that you're Jamaican? What's the response like?
It's really? What are you doing here? Some of the to intrusive and like, and it's interesting because they're like, there's not a lot of you. So I feel like the token Jamaican girl at times. The Jamaicans don't come out until Independence Day. Then you say all of us come out for the food and the happenings and whatnot. But I think most of the populace of persons here that are Jamaicans are teachers or some nurses, but more so teachers and such. So it's a handful of us. I don't see anybody in my age range much. So they are interested. They want to ask a lot of questions. I know why I'm here, doing here.
You know what? So let me ask you this. Is the cost of living there high? And is that one of the reasons why we don't find, and again, it's the US. I know they probably have to go through the same process you have, or maybe, I don't know, the same process to come there, but is the cost of living high?
It varies between the islands. In St. Croix, I think it's moderate. We don't pay taxes like when we make purchases like on the mainland. There's a lot of things that are easygoing. This is a good marriage of the Caribbean, a Caribbean island that has the US perks. So easy to buy. We go out to the market and we shop, smart and all of that stuff. We like a fish with a head on it, and we plant stuff in the backyard. So we get that feel, that rustic Caribbean feel here, and people make out. We turn your hand and make fashion and make it work out.
Hello,
Eh,
hello. So, food. You
yeah,
you you briefly touched on food. Is there what you'd call St. Croix food, and what
cruise.
would that be? And and if you were to recommend, I guess I know I'm melding, molding these questions together,
Right.
but if first the first one is if there's St. Croix food, that's the first one,
Called
and
cruise.
then sorry.
Cruisian food.
Crucian food. Okay. So is there Crucian food?
Yes.
And then what would you recommend if I was to visit or someone was to visit, you'd say, this is typical Crucian food. Try this.
Um, One thing that I notice a lot of here are bread shops. You can't go hungry. You have different bakeries with different specialties. I think they cater to the everyday person. If you have a little bit of money in your pocket, you're going to eat today, right? So they have some special tarts like guava and coconut and pineapple tarts. And the way they look like little crowns with the filling in there, those are like a must, a must, really good. And then in terms of your savories and like your real food, I love they do this thing called kalaloo. So it's not like the Jamaican kalaloo. It's like dasheen leaves and a number of things, but it has seafood in there. You know, your conch and whatever they want to put in there, and provisions and whatnot. So that's really tasty. But one thing that I like a lot, and it's just something simple that just remind me of home, is this one particular restaurant called Lorraine Chicken Shack. And it's when you say somebody cook chicken and you like chicken, you just say chicken, but it's the flavors, it's the seasoning, it's the way they do it, and they slow roast chicken. Outside you can see it, it's beautiful. I mean, yes, delectable. And then they make this thing called Johnny cake. So in our African roots and culture, in every Caribbean island, they have some type of Johnny bread or something with the sleeves them had to walk with to carry them through and through. Well, they have
Right.
that comes off like a festival, but it's shaped like a big disc, and it's amazing. You can put saltfish in there, you can saltfish in there, you can, you know, whatever you want. So yeah, those are like little things that are specialty here that are
You
delicious.
could try.
Yeah.
All right. Definitely. And the chicken place now, what was the name of that chicken place now?
Lorraine Chicken Shack, and the
Lorraine Chicken Shack. All
oh,
right.
delectable, beautiful.
So, so is it Kentucky? I have to ask this one. Is it Kentucky there as good as the
Them
Kentucky in Jamaica?
them are ready. No, it's all right, but it's not. Yeah, and no.
So in terms of you mentioned that there's a lot of bread and Danish, and not, well, I'm saying Danish. Is it coming back from the Danish pastries, you think, that there's, maybe, I don't know, again, I'm putting you on the spot. I'm thinking you're an expert here. And maybe
Um, like for example, the tarts, they give me the base of it. The taste of it is like a shortbread kind of cookie kind of feel, and that's more European, or and I would gather that some way somehow there's influences there. The African, the Latin flavors. It's a fusion. And yeah, I couldn't readily decipher what's what.
right,
Um,
right,
I mean,
okay. As I say, a mixture of culture there, and so you get all of that. Now, the one thing people always assume is that because you're in the Caribbean, the same things you get in Jamaica is the same things you're going to get there. And in previous interviews, I've heard people say, "Listen, we're a smaller island. We do have all the trees. We don't. We have to be very careful of land use. So this is not grown here. That's not grown here. So my question is, what are you not getting there, that in terms of fruits and things that grow there, that you always got in Jamaica?
I get everything here.
Okay.
Even I have to fight though for Aki, because it's like a new thing now for all the vegans, the Rastaman, and Jamaica influenced a lot of, I would say, Caribbean nations, the world period, and people have grown in love and learned how to even kind of incorporate with our cuisine. So you see, a ackee tree, don't assume that because you're the Lone Ranger Jamaican, you're gonna be able to get all the pickings. Like everybody is vying for that. So,
don't go drop the man fence.
huh?
Don't go drop the man fence and pick him tree and say only me know about Aki.
No, I get flop enough time, Xavier. Enough time I get flop and have to resort to tin ackee. So hey,
and and again, being a little nosier, your husband eats a Aki too?
everything me cook and say, oh my God, delicious. Love it. He's an honorary Jamaican. We made him an honorary Jamaican. This independence gone. Like we were vacationing in Georgia, and him said, "Make we go Golden Cross now. More ackee and saltfish." Everybody like, what?
You convert him.
Totally.
So, in terms of music, what are you hearing? Are you getting the big concerts, reggae artists there on a regular basis? Are you hearing reggae, or is it a mixture of music? What's the music scene like there?
Let me tell you, you have a lot of talented people here. They do have their own sound, but I find that most of the music or the genre that they like is, of course, reggae. We have really great reggae artists. One is her name is Tia, and she recently did a collab with Bounty Killer in Jamaica. Have people like Kenya Eugene. I mean, the girls sing like a nightingale. You have amazing artists here that are tapping into the music industry in Jamaica and coming to and fro and developing a relationship with Jamaica. And so I am impressed by what I'm seeing here happening in the back.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm glad to say that, I mean, the reggae is there. No, I know it's US Virgin Islands.
Right.
A lot of the islands on the east have some type of carnival. And again, I know it's US Virgin Islands, but do they have a carnival?
Yes, and it's everything to them. And when it don't happen, they're pouting and So COVID has just literally just pop the air out of the balloon for them right now with carnival. They have carnivals and they take it seriously. Maybe not go hard like the Trinis, but it's here and it's a big part of the culture.
Okay, all right, and tied to carnival and customs. Have you found there are any type of customs you find that when you got to St. Croix, you said this is a little different than how we do it in Jamaica? And it may be simple and maybe there's none, but a lot of times we tend to assume that right across all the islands, because we're in the Caribbean, it's the same customs, it's the same type of things. But some customs develop from the colonizers, and some customs are developed from the Africans that were taken and stolen and brought there and carried on. So did you find any customs? And again, you may have none. I just went off and talked about it, but maybe I don't know.
They have, like you have your quadrille dancing and that type of stuff. They have that type of thing going on where it's African centric. And so those things are highlighted and you see that throughout the season. I would say one of the customs I see that they have or things that they like to do like during the holidays is make coquito. I don't know if you know what coquito is. It's like a coconut eggnog. And this is where the Spanish influence comes in. And they do coquito festivals and competition, who makes the best coquito. And, they have little special, things like that. And it's delicious. And let me tell you, Xavier, it's addictive. Good
Nice.
stuff.
So I have to try the coquito when I get there.
Yeah, Armaceni bottle. Definitely.
So in terms of what do you like in terms of the activities that you do that you say, I really, when I leave and come back because yeah, no, it's home. You know, Jamaica is home, but this is also a second home or home.
Right.
What activities you enjoy doing on the island there, and you say, boy, I like doing this. I love doing this here.
Let me tell you what I like to do. I am a very kind of homebody person. I take delight in the rustic kind of living. So if it's something like I can get a breadfruit and roast it on the beach and heat up the fisherman and roast the fish, like something that gives me a little nostalgia of home, that type of living. I love to do that type of stuff with my family. We like to just take drives. They have some areas here that, I mean, it's just so lush and beautiful. Mango trees more than laden. The limbs them can't even hold the mangoes. Them just there, like for the picking. Let me do that. I'm climbing up on top of the jeep, picking a mango like a little picnic in the country. So like those things, type of things, are my type of you know, things that I love to do, and my children love to do it. And yeah, we. But other than that, we're just chill people. We do the beach and do a little drive.
All right. So speaking of mango, are you getting, we have our what we call our pedigreed mango. So are you getting your Bombay, your Julie, and your East Indian, or it's just
I haven't
some
had
other type of mango?
Indian mango in about 10 years.
What?
I'm hurting here. But I do my best with what I get. So they might have number, and I think they have a Julie like mango. So hey, at least we get it off the trees and not out the food store, because that's a whole different like a different devil right there. So yeah, but they have some special, like this one called the Valencia. It's like
Uh-huh.
big, it's huge, like this big, but amazing, amazing.
So we're gonna have to get you or get you a graph or something and get you some East Indian mangoes. Is that one of your favorite, East Indian, or is it Julie?
The East Indian is everything to me.
Listen, you and
Love
I
that. Haven't
are on
had
the
that in a
same
long
page.
time. Say what?
Same page. You and I are on the same
Same
page.
speech. Love
East
that.
Indian, East Indian is everything to me. Love my East
Everything.
Indian mangoes.
Yes, definitely.
So if someone was to visit the island, um, and you would say, if you're visiting, here's an activity, and it may be at a specific time of the year, or a place, or something you must do. What would that be? And again, it could be the carnival. You could say, listen, experience this, or it could be this is a view that you have to go take in this view, or it could be somewhere you say just go chill there, relax and lay down, or check out this beach or whatever. What would that be?
One thing I failed to mention is how palpable the history is here. When you come to St. Croix and you look around, you're gonna see sugar mills, and about hundreds of them are here. It makes you stop and just stare at them in awe that they have stood the test of time. I mean, earthquakes, hurricane, anything you can think of, and it's something that it's you want to ask so many questions and learn so much. Very rich history, and very telling of what really happened during slavery, and so much so I've even created a show that I use as a candle shade. Worked with a local artist. They look like this, and this is what you'll see with vines and all of the things that makes it look like it's been here for like 100 years. Definitely something a must see. Also, I have a friend. Her name is Antoinette Gasparod, also known as Crucian Foodie. She does food tours in Christiansted and gives you a look into the history, tell you about the buildings, happenings, as you walk and taste the local cuisine and food from varying restaurants here in St. Croix. So that is an amazing, amazing activity to do. Also, we have like sunset sails. If you're lucky, you see a dolphin or two. But those things, I think, gives you a look into the culture and really make you really think about, the happenings then and where we are now.
All right. All right. So I'm going to give you a scenario. So I'm winding down. I am actually winding down. I know you run a business here. And so I don't want to take away from the business. And the last question is this one. You head to Jamaica, you land in the airport. What's that first thing you do when you land in Jamaica?
Wow. It's all about food for me. I'm going right to taste it patty. Want a donut and 2 tastes patty with cheese. Okay? Beef patty with cheese. And a cocoa bread.
All right.
That's the thing.
All right. So the very last question is this one though. And I don't want to sound like the person that just believes since it's the US Virgin Islands, there's nothing on this one and they possibly speak English. But, Jamaicans, when we are saying goodbye, we say, catch you later, little more. Old people them say, catch up on a strong. There's an informal way of saying goodbye. And so my question is, what's that informal way the folks in St. Croix say goodbye?
Guess what? It's almost the same as us. It's bye, good night, see you later, catch you. Unless it's a Spanish speaker and they say it in Spanish,
All right.
Catch you later.
Well, listen, Ramone, thank you for spending some time, giving our viewers an opportunity to learn a little bit about the US Virgin Islands and St. Croix. Please bring her, if you go visit and you visit, the store, please make sure you bring a Julie mango. No, not Julie, sorry. East Indian mango, so that you light up her day. Ramone?
Please do. So I'm very happy to be on your program, and big up to all my Jamaicans out there.
All right. Thank you, Ramone, and goodbye, or little more.
Bye.
Show some love now. Hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell. That way you don't miss a video.